Hosted by Matt Riches. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickets, turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickets, watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickets, turning data to gold. Grand Rising, Joyous Awakenings. Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you're tuning in from around the globe. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. It is Thursday, July 30th, 2026. Happy Thursday. Microsoft is surging more than 8% after delivering exceptional cloud and artificial intelligence growth. Meta is moving in the opposite direction, falling approximately 10% after earnings missed expectations and higher expenses pressured profitability. We got some economic data. We'll get to that soon. After market closes, we have Apple and Amazon earnings. This show is for education and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research, but you can use this show as a foundation. Before we get into the charts, let's get into the mindset with our mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I'm the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable. I am skilled. I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. All right, now let's get into the data. At 5:30, we had a lot of economic data come out. Advanced GDP quarter over quarter forecast was 2.1%. It came in at 1.5%. Economic growth was weaker than expected. Core PCE month over month forecast was 0.2%. It came in at 0.1%, giving the market a cooler underlying inflation reading. The advanced GDP Price Index was forecasted at 4.1%, but came in much hotter at 6.2%. Unemployment claims forecast at 201K came in at 197K. Fewer claims than expected suggested the labor market remains relatively strong. The result is a mixed economic message: weaker growth, cooler core PCE, hotter broad pricing pressure, and continued labor market strength. The Fear and Greed Index is at 43, so we're right in the middle of fear. Apple is now the most valuable company in the world once again. Apple! The market cap is $4.96 trillion. Apple briefly crossed $5 trillion intraday after reaching an all-time high, but did not close above $5 trillion. We'll see if they can today. NVIDIA is in second place with a market cap of $4.6 trillion. All right. The VIX reached 20.88 yesterday, but has fallen back to 19.09. The 10-year Treasury yield did slightly gap up overnight. It's currently at 4.68%. The 30-year Treasury climbed to approximately 5.23%, its highest level since 2007. Gold is around 4,000 an ounce. Bitcoin is around 64,000. Now let's get to these earnings. Microsoft beat earnings by 11.8% and revenue expectations by 2.7%. Cloud and artificial intelligence demand drove strong growth, and Microsoft Cloud revenue rising 27%, and Azure revenue surpassing $100 billion on an annual basis. Meta missed earnings by 14%, but beat on revenue by 0.9%. Revenue increased 28% year over year to approximately $60.8 billion, but legal expenses, severance costs, and rising investments pressured profitability. Robinhood beat earnings expectations by 44% and revenue expectations by 1.6%. Revenue increased 32% year over year, while net income grew 45%, supported by trading activity and acquisitions. Qualcomm missed earnings expectations by 1%, beat on revenue expectations by 2.6%. Net income benefited substantially from a $5.7 billion tax credit despite year-over-year revenue decline. MasterCard also reported before the opening bell, but I couldn't find the numbers. After the market closes, we have Apple and Amazon report earnings. So we'll see. I'm definitely looking forward to that. All right, let's get into Robert Greene's Daily Law for today. Title, The Thrill of the Illusion. It looks like this one is also from The Art of Seduction. So kids, close your ears for the next 90 seconds. Daily Law. Whenever your target meets you, give them the vague feeling of being in a play, the thrill of wearing masks, of playing a different role from the one your life has allotted you. Here's the breakdown. Ordinary life places people into fixed roles. They become the employee, the parent, the provider, the responsible one, or whatever identity the circumstances require. The thrill of the illusion comes from allowing people to temporarily step out of those ordinary roles. You create an environment in which they can experiment with another identity and experience life as something more theatrical, mysterious, and exciting. The illusion works because it provides emotional freedom. People are not simply interacting with you. They feel as though they have entered another world where normal rules and expectations have been suspended. The law teaches that people are drawn to experiences that allow them to escape routine and imagine a different version of themselves. In long-term investing, narratives can create a similar thrill of illusion. Artificial intelligence, revolutionary products, and promises of an entirely new economy can encourage investors to imagine unlimited growth. That vision can be powerful, but it can also cause them to overlook valuation, competition, expenses, and execution risk. Microsoft and Meta provide a useful contrast today. Both are investing heavily in artificial intelligence, but the market is rewarding the company that converted spending into stronger profits while punishing the company whose expenses pressured earnings. Respect the vision, but verify the numbers. In day trading, dramatic price movement can make traders feel as though they are participating in an extraordinary opportunity. The large earnings gap or economic data candle can create urgency and encourage traders to abandon their normal rules. That is the illusion. Do not allow volatility to assign you a different role. Remain the disciplined trader. Wait for confirmation. Define the invalidation level. Control position size. And remember that an exciting market does not require an immediate trade. Stay patient, stay disciplined. Execution over emotion, process over prediction. Now let's get on these charts. We got 9 minutes before the market opens. So with NVIDIA, current price in the pre-market, 194.10. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 190.08, followed by 189.80, 188.30, 185.75. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high, 194.63, followed by 195.05, 196.30, 197.07, and 198.55. Next, we got Apple currently in the pre-market at 336.45. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low at 334.75, followed by 331.85, then 326.80. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 339.49, 341.10, 344.57, which is the all-time high. And then we got a couple levels in price discovery land. I'll give you the first one, 353.50. Next, we got Google currently in the pre-market at 335.22. To the downside support, we got 333.48, followed by 331.62, 328.70, 325.50, 323.30. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 338.27, 342.50, 348.70. Next, we got Microsoft currently in the pre-market. After this wonderful earnings beat, it gapped up very nicely. In the pre-market is at 427.69. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 416.96, 412, 406, and 401.25. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high of 430.50, 436.15, 440.40, 446.20. Next, we got Amazon currently in the pre-market at 234.91. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low at 229.30, 227.85, 226.16. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 235.45, 236.50, and then we got the bottom of this gap here at 238.35. Next, we got TSM currently in the pre-market at 391.53. To the downside support, we got 380.65, 374.98, which is a pre-market low, 372.70. We are back into this Smart Money Concepts support zone, so let's see if we can push through it today. Pre-market high is at 391.60. Above that, we got $409.10. $400.09, and then 410.75. Next, we got AVGO currently in the pre-market at 380.21. For the downside support, we got 369.50. We got the pre-market low 369 and then 364.80. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high 381.23, followed by 386.12, 390.16. Next, we got SpaceX currently in the pre-market at 115.75. The downside support, we got the pre-market low 112.55, 110.35, and then 105. To the upside, we got 116.66, which is the pre-market high, 117.59, and 118.55. If we can get above that, we can go to 124.75. Next, we got Meta that sold off crazy. Currently in the pre-market at 532.19. To the downside, we got the pre-market low 523.87. We do got the March 2026 lows of 520.25, so be aware of that. Got a level here at 511, and then the April 2025 lows is 479.80. To the upside resistance, we have the pre-market high of 543.31. 550. Just two levels from Meta today. Next, we got Tesla currently in the pre-market at 304. Tesla did break under 300. It did close under 300 yesterday, so be aware of that. That was the low of the year at 298.32. So to the downside support, we got 298.40, and then we got the low of the day yesterday. To the upside, we got the pre-market high 305.08, 309.06, 310.45. Next, we got Berkshire B currently in the pre-market at 505.50. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low 504.23, 503, 501. To the upside, we got the pre-market high 509, 512, and 516. Next, we got Eli Lilly currently in the pre-market at 1183. To the downside, we got 1180, 1178, 1164. To the upside, we got the pre-market high 1204, 1213, and 1229. Thank y'all for tuning in. You know how we like to end the show.
Chase excellence, never chase money. Why? Because money has an incredible way of finding excellence. Did you chase excellence and not money? Do you have the intellectual curiosity to learn everything you can about this incredible industry and master it? Become the smartest person in the room. Have you mastered it?
Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Shout out to everybody on YouTube Live. Let's get this money out the market.